Come on.
Welcome to It's About Time, where we help you time travel and unveil from the comfort of your own couch. Before we take you through a biography and meet today's guest, we have David Hughes from the Panamas performing some wicked jives in the studio. Take it away, David.
Until Sally, I was never happy. I needed so much more. Rain clouds, all they used to chase me. Down they would pour sugar and spice. And all things nice sent to me from heaven. Sally Cinnamon, you're my world. You are my world. A pum 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 ba da bum bum. You taste the cherry 8. Then it's over to you has me. What you have made, sugar and spice, and all things nice sent to me from heaven. Sally Cinnamon, you're my world. You're my world. Every little piece of love. You seem to smile from every cheek of cinnamon. You are my world.
Hi.
shilling to tie up your boat at the dock. And I shall need to know your name.
What do you say to 3 shillings? And we forget the name.
Welcome to Port Royal, Mr. Smith.
John Christopher Depp II, multiple Academy Awards nominee, winner of the Golden Globe and the Screen Actors Guild Awards for Best Actor, was born on the 9th of June 1963 in Owensboro, Kentucky. He's one of the youngest of 4 children who are all talented in many different ways. He and his siblings moved to more than 20 different places throughout childhood, until settling down in Miramar, Florida in 1970, where his mother bought him a guitar at the age of 12. Depp was very proficient and played in various garage bands, most importantly the Rock City Angels. He dropped out of Miramar High School to focus on being a musician, but returned a few weeks later, where the principal told him to follow his dreams instead. His band was eventually signed by Geffen Records and released their debut album, Young Man's Blues. In late 1983, Depp married Laurie Ann Allison, the sister of his bass player. During their marriage, she worked as a makeup artist while Depp worked in a variety of other jobs, such as a pen telemarketer. His wife introduced Depp to Nicolas Cage, who advised him to pursue a career in acting. This marked the beginning of his acting career, as Depp found his first role in A Nightmare on Elm Street. Depp later became a popular teen idol, starring as an undercover police officer in Fox's television series 21 Jump Street. This led to more serious role offers, such as the title character of Edward Scissorhands by Tim Burton, which established him as a leading Hollywood actor. After numerous more film roles, he starred alongside Leonardo DiCaprio in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Years later, playing the title role for Edward, also by Tim Burton, to which he was awarded his first Golden Globe Award. Depp has worked in a variety of other films with director Tim Burton through the years. He eventually debuted as a screenwriter and director for The Brave before starring in Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl.
Hello, I'm today's presenter, Andre. I'm interviewing Johnny Depp. It's been about a year since the release of Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Please introduce Johnny Depp himself.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fantastic.
Good.
Just really glad to meet you today.
Oh, thank you.
It's an honor, truly an honor. So how's life treating you?
Yeah, alright, I guess.
Mainly we're going to be talking about Pirates of the Caribbean and how, the impact it's had on you and
Okay, yeah.
and just everything about the movie and the production of it.
Yeah.
Were you excited for the release of the movie?
Yeah, very. We had, so much effort had gone into it. We did multiple massive movie sets. It's unimaginable. It's unlike any film set I've been on before. And the amount of time and efforts, all the writers, the actors, the camera people, the stuntmen, especially the stuntmen, did a great job. The amount of time and effort they've put into this film just to make it a success. Yeah, very excited.
It does really show through that there was a lot of work put into it. There was the budget was 140 million.
Yeah.
A huge budget. It was from Disney. It was their first PG-13 film because of the violence and some of the scenes. What was it like working for Disney? And since they're mainly known for working on children's movies and shows, what was it like working for something that was for a larger age?
Yeah, I was definitely quite skeptical about the whole thing, especially when sort of debating whether to accept the offer or not. But I just decided I'd approach it a bit differently and accept it anyway, because it'd just be different from something I've ever done. It's the first thing that Disney have done this, so
That's true.
I'd like to be sort of the start of a new era for Disney, and I think we've done that.
It was a very unique project, nothing we've seen the likes of before. So how do you think the public may have perceived it?
The public perceived it quite well. The numbers were great, and it became very popular. Ever since the Reese Pirates, though, I've stayed busy. I've worked, and I've still got gigs now, and still now and again. I'd say it has really impacted my career. It's definitely it's probably one of my biggest careers biggest roles I've played in my life, to be honest. And I'm really happy with the success of it.
It really is just a huge step forward, not just for you, but for Disney as well, because obviously it was the first kind of movie that they've had like this. It really was a fantastic movie, to be fair.
Thank you.
We will continue the interview shortly after the news. Take it away, Shannon.
Now for the news, but firstly we will take you to Jakub, who is on location at Bangkok subway system to talk about the recent opening.
Thank you. As you can see, I'm currently here at Bangkok's subway system called the MRT, short for Metrolink Rapid Transport. During construction, the project suffered many delays since the beginning of 1997, due to the economic crisis and having to dig up waterlogged soil under the sea. Now there is one line officially opened yesterday at 7 p.m. by the King and Queen of Thailand, called the Blue Line, and it's already being extensively used. In fact, staff state that within 30 minutes of opening, sightseers filled the system to its maximum capacity. Fully decked out with security and cameras, the system requires you to purchase RFID smart cards to board the system. We're expecting to get over 150,000 regular travellers on a single line. Members of the public also don't see to be concerned with the ticket pricing. However, it is meant to increase in a few years. Back to you in the studio.
Also, yesterday, in Wimbledon women's tennis, Maria Sharapova becomes the first Russian player to win Wimbledon, beating defending champion Serena Williams, scores being 6-1 and 6-4. Earlier today, the cornerstone of the Freedom Tower was laid on the site of the World Trade Center in New York City. This was largely a symbolic event. The actual construction would not start for several weeks. In Wimbledon's men's tennis, Roger Federer wins the second of 5 straight Wimbledon singles titles, beating Andy Roddick, scores being 4-6, 7-5, 7-6 and finally 6-4. Now, the European Champion final, in a huge upset, Greece beats host nations Portugal 1-0 in Lisbon. Now, back to Andre.
In case you've forgotten or only just tuned in, we're interviewing the Hollywood star Johnny Depp. So about the main character that you're playing in the whole movie, Jack Sparrow, can you relate to him?
Yeah, definitely. I myself I created the character, and I created him myself. He was someone that I based very much on myself in a way. I obviously put it to the script because of the script, but I did a lot of improvisation whilst on set of Pirates. Yeah, he was a character I made myself completely, basically. The writers gave me permission to do that, and he's definitely become a big part of me, to be honest.
Wow. So since you made Jack Sparrow yourself, do you feel that it was like maybe another persona of yours that you were putting across?
Definitely. It's definitely a persona I use all the time, to be honest.
Wow. Because there were a lot of inspirations that you could have drawn from to make this character, right?
Yeah, Captain Jack was actually really fun to create. I kind of took Keith Richards' walk from the Rolling Stones with cartoon. The cartoon stunt Pepe Le Pew was very like.
I believe that's how you say it.
You know, like
Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, he's like Sparrow. The executives did overly agree with the idea, and it kind of made the character stand out, I believe, in the end. people have taken a real liking to him. Yeah, that's all I can really say about the creation of him.
Do you feel the things that you took inspiration from helped with his pirate persona that you created?
Yeah, definitely.
Overall?
Yeah, definitely, because he's very, he's kind of out of it, and he's a very abstract character, I believe. He's very fun to play. It was like, it's literally just like nothing else I've played before. I've usually become with very serious, down-to-earth roles. Captain Jack was the first time I could really just go for it, really, be like my creative self, sort of do what I want to do with a character. And yeah, he's Captain Jack Sparrow, I think, is probably, in my opinion, one of the best Disney characters. I would like to think I definitely helped on that front.
So do you think that this is like one of the only characters that you've played so far in your career that you could truly say that you feel at home playing?
Yeah, definitely. That's my character. That's the character that I hope, and I kind of want to be remembered for, because, as I've said a few times now, I made him myself, and he's great. He's so fun. My family love him. My friends think he's hilarious, and he's become a family favourite in the Disney scene.
That's very true.
For a first PG-13 film, that we obviously thought wouldn't go down very well due to its, obviously, Disney being aimed at kids, and then
this new scene.
A film that some kids can't watch yet because it's obviously a bit too grown up. I guess they could watch it. It's just like parents got to deal with nightmares and shit, haven't they? But yeah, I definitely love Captain Jack Sparrow, and I do hope I can play him again.
I really hope so too.
Yeah.
It was definitely a pleasure meeting you once again. But before we finish the show, we have one more performance from the one and only David Hughes.
This is the new single. I'm not a singer. While running in the park, you only do when it's dark. Every message with you is gonna get sparked. While running in the park, you only do it when it's dark. Every message with you is gonna get sparked. I wanna see where you are 10 years from now. Signing on, listening to your shit music. While landing in the park, you said this time you got a kid with you. You said gonna learn from this experience, of any significance. Let's get your tracksuit. Find your phone, who to walk them out to look like clothes. I wanna see where you are 10 years from now, stuck in line on the door. Signing on, listening to your shit music. See where you are 10 years from now, stuck in line on the door. Signing on, to your shit music.
Thank you, David, for another brilliant performance. With me still is the fabulous Johnny Depp, and joining him on the sofa is our very own Shannon, who's such a huge fan that we couldn't keep her away. So introducing Shannon as well.
Hi.
Hi, you alright?
Yes, how are you?
I'm good.
I'm so
Vincent.
excited to be here. Like, can I give you a hug, please?
Yeah, okay.
That's amazing.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you. Can you sign the doll as well? It's my daughter's, and she's like a big fan as well.
Yeah.
It's like amazing.
Bennett.
You have one.
Right, sweet. Does she want it from Sparrow or me?
Of course, Sparrow.
Oh,
Obviously.
Sparrow. She don't like me. She likes Captain Jack Sparrow then.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pretty
sweet.
much.
What's her name?
Lily.
Lily. Okay. Lily. Keep on pirating Jack Sparrow. Kissy. There you go.
Thank you. She'd love that.
Oh.
I also have a few questions myself.
Oh yeah, sure.
If that's cool.
Just
Um,
honest.
Swish.
so what's it always like being in the spotlight? Because
Like famous wise?
yeah.
It has its up and downs, I guess. It's there's times where like you just want to do some stuff and like you can't because you get perceived bad in the media. But as I'm sure you guys are aware, I'm not really too fussed about that. It's kind of my persona, to be honest. I think now, yeah, it's and then the ups are like, you know, people see me and I like to put a smile on people's face, to be honest.
Especially like your fans and stuff and young
Yeah,
girls.
like I go into hospital sometimes dressed as like in the whole Jack Sparrow thing, and to be honest, making them happy is something that I do really enjoy doing. It's quite fun. So being in the spotlight and being able to do that and having fans to make happy is quite nice, and just to see all the support I do get.
Yeah, because you're such a big character, like everyone loves. Because you're funny as well.
Well,
So everyone likes a funny person.
I like to think I am.
Yeah,
No.
I think so anyway.
Mm.
Also, like when you're meeting these fans, like, do you have to put on this Jack Sparrow act, or do you just be yourself?
With kids, they usually recognise me as Jack Sparrow. Like they'll come up and be like, "Oh my God, that's Jack Sparrow," or something like that. So I'll go up to Captain and be like, "I'm Captain Jack Sparrow. Stay in school," all that lot. With the adults, not as much really. If I'm on a night out, it's good fun sometimes to just whip out Jack Sparrow. And as I've said to Andre before, he's quite a big part of me anyway. He's very based off me. So it's not too hard to get him out. Do you know what I mean?
Do you feel pressured though, like?
Sometimes, like when it's a kid and I'm walking down the street with like my wife and kids, and like they don't see Captain Jack Sparrow living in like having a suit on and like with like piercings in and stuff like that. I do feel pressured, like I have to like tell this
him,
kid I
yeah.
am Jack Sparrow, because I want to keep the imagination alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm sure my daughter would love the doll. So thanks so much for doing that.
Yeah, it's no problem at all.
Yeah.
I hope it does
like-
put a smile on her face.
Oh, put a smile on mine too, because I'm like a massive fan. Obviously.
I can see that.
From all your other films as well, such as like Edward Scissorhands as well. That's like one of my favourites.
Yeah, that's another character I did enjoy playing, because again, another abstract character. I didn't have as much say in the creation of that character. It was more written in stone a bit, whereas with Captain Jack Sparrow, I could make it my own. But Edward Scissorhands, again, was a fun character to play. And again, he was very, out of it in a sense.
Different.
So it's something, again, that's quite easy for me to play.
So
That's cool.
dynamic characters, very
Yeah,
out
that-
characters are
that's-
like the ones you like enjoy playing.
Yeah, they're the ones I enjoy playing the most, mainly because I can just put my own spin on them. I don't have to just read a script and be, a soldier or like a doctor or, anything like
It's
that.
a very young character.
I
that
can be
yeah.
a pirate who's like, doesn't even know what's going on half the time. Or Edward Scissorhands who's got, scissor hands.
I can't really do much, can you? With
Yeah,
Scissorhands?
no, exactly. That's and it's sort of, I'm a very method actor as well. So I kind of like with Edward Scissorhands, I did go around sort of like trying to do stuff as if I had hands like that, and I look like an idiot, but Edward Scissorhands looked like an idiot too, so it kind of worked out.
Yeah.
But it definitely helped you get into character.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So with that theory in mind, were you doing the same thing with Jack Sparrow's character?
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely, yeah. So, yeah, Jack Sparrow again, another character. No, just
Well, that's Shannon's portion. She has to go, unfortunately. I'm very sure that your daughter is going to enjoy the doll.
Totally, yeah.
But thank you for coming on the show.
thank you.
Nice to
Say
meet
hello.
you.
Yeah, nice to
Thank
meet you
you.
too.
I'll see you later.
See you later.
Bye.
So, back to the interview.
Yep.
Another section of the interview. What's a pen telemaker? Oh. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I think that's all we have time for in this section of the interview.
All right.
So I think we're going to have to wrap that section up right there.
Okay.
That's the end of the show, unfortunately. Goodbye.